Welcome to Moving the Needle, the podcast packed with digital marketing strategies crafted exclusively for med spas. If you're looking to draw in more patients, grow your revenue, and level up your business, you're in the right place. This show is your inside track to scaling smarter. Get ready to glow up and get your injection of med spa marketing strategies with your host, Chris Fink.
Welcome back to Moving the Needle, the show where we're helping med spa owners and managers turn clicks into clients and growing their revenue with confidence. Today's topic is a pretty big one. It's a question that I get asked a lot, which is, what should I start with? Should I start with SEO? Should I start with Google Ads or PPC first? And if you're launching a new med spa or expanding locations or just tired of wasting money on marketing that doesn't convert, then this episode's for you. We're going to break down the pros and the cons, the timelines, and the pricing of SEO versus Google Ads and help you figure out which is the better move for you in your specific situation. So with that, let's jump in. Thinking about the two, the big picture is that they're two completely different strategies and tools. So here's the truth. SEO and Google Ads are both very powerful, but they serve different purposes. Google Ads is like turning on a faucet. You get leads fast, and when you shut off that faucet, the leads stop instantly. So while you're paying, you're going to get leads. The leads are typically more expensive than an average lead generated through SEO, but they're very short term, and you can get them fast. SEO is like drilling a well. It takes a little longer. Once it's working, it keeps producing leads, even if you ease up on budget. So the best strategy is really going to depend on your goals, your timeline, and the budget that you have available. So let's break them down a little further. SEO for med spas. SEO stands for search engine optimization. So what that means is that it helps your med spa website show up on Google organically in search, meaning you're not paying for every click. And some of the key elements of med spa SEO are to have city-targeted service pages like Botox in Miami, optimized Google business profile, reputation management and reviews, backlinks from trusted sites with high domain authority, speed and technical performance, and strategic content, so blogs, FAQs, videos. All of those things should be on your site. And if you have all of those things on your site and functioning well, then the timeline to start seeing good results usually starts at about 3 months. And at around 9 months, you're starting to see pretty strong traction. Starts slow, builds over time. The benefits are that you have a lower cost per lead over time, and it builds trust and brand authority, and you have long-term compounding visibility. Now, the drawbacks to the SEO strategy are that it takes time to build, and it requires expertise and consistency. It's not a set and forget it. It's not a do it once. Also, it's really highly competitive in dense cities, and with the explosion of med spa presence over the last 5 years, it's pretty competitive in most cities now. So even in the small cities, there's at least 3 or 4 competitors, and very often a lot more. So now the cost for SEO, this can be a pretty big range, but based on the elements that you need the most help with, most practices are going to range between $1,800 and $4,500 a month in SEO management. That will include typically your local SEO efforts, content generation, link building, Google business profile optimization management and updates, and review management. So on-page and off-page SEO. Usually you're going to need some technical SEO in there as well to make sure that the site speed and the core web vitals and all of those things are being met satisfactorily. Now, over to Google Ads, or PPC, as we call it. So Google Ads for Med Spa, they put your med spa at the top of the search results instantly. Typically in the search engine results, the first things that are always going to show up are going to be local service ads as a segment. Now, most med spas can't leverage local service ads unless you have a weight loss program and you can use Weight Loss Clinic. Then you can only do the weight loss services in that. But otherwise, We'll then go to paid search or PPC, then go to the map pack, then go to organic traffic. So if we want to be at the top of the page, which is where we all know we need to be, right? All you have to have done is search anything once, and you notice you don't go to page 2 very often. So if we want to be at the top of the search results for the terms and the keywords like med spa near me, Botox specials in your city, hydrofacial appointment today, things like that, a PPC campaign will get you at the top. And you only pay when somebody clicks on that link. Now, some of the key elements that you need to that campaign being successful is really strategic keyword targeting. And that means not just the keyword, but the associated audience intent. Looking at things like people who are searching just for information, but they have no intention of getting treatment, bidding on that keyword doesn't make sense, right? They're not going to treat. We're not trying to spend money to get clicks. We're trying to spend money to get appointments. So we want to have transactional or commercial type intents, people who are looking for a solution, where to go and get it done. You also need to have negative keywords to filter out bad clicks. And there's a wide range of things here that you can deal with, but a lot of times too, it can be, if you don't want to be in that race to the bottom, super discounting type thing, then you might want to take out like cheap Botox near me. You might want to put that as a negative so that you're not getting people who are coming in saying, hey, can I get Tox for $6? Oh, somebody once upon a time told me they could. Get rid of those people. And then also have custom landing pages. If you take a Google ad campaign and drive everybody to the homepage, it's not going to work that well. So, there's ways of making the budget effective and efficient in Google Ads, but you have to have it set up right. You have to operate it correctly. Have custom landing pages and have conversion tracking. So if you don't have conversion tracking in place, then we're still flying blind and we don't know how people are booking. With that conversion tracking, we'll know they came from the ad, what page they went to, how long it took them to be on that page before they clicked the book now button. And that's what we want to know, because that informs us on how to tailor and optimize the campaign further. Now, the good news about this is that typically with a Google Ads campaign, if you already have the account and everything structured, then it could be immediate visibility. If we're building out a brand new campaign, we're doing all new keyword research for your city and service set, we might need to build out a landing page, things like that, then it could be about up to 30 days to get it live. And at that point in time, you're getting clicks. And leads can come immediate from the time that we get the campaign deployed and launched. They can start coming 24 to 48 hours. So you can start seeing pretty fast results. So the benefits of a PPC campaign are, again, quick lead generation, budget control. You can tune up your budget, and they're perfect for things like promos or new services, things of that nature. Now, the drawbacks or the cons of this are the cost per click can be high, especially if you're in a really competitive market and everybody else is running Google Ads. It's an auction, so it turns into a bidding war. So the cost per click can be high. We can manage that bidding war by having the most efficiently set up and optimized campaign with high ad strength and all the stuff in the back end really dialed in. The other drawback is that performance ends when the ads stop. So it starts up fast, stops instantly. So the minute we turn it off, no more leads. And it does need constant monitoring and optimization. I mean, you don't turn on the ad campaign and then just walk away for a month and trust that everything's going to work out. It does need to be managed often. So the management for that, in terms of cost, there's usually two things to be mindful of. And it's the management fee that either, if you're not having it done internally, if you don't have somebody inside doing it, which with Google Ads, more often than not, most med spas are not going to do that. It's just you need somebody full-time with real expertise on that. So your agency partner or whoever's going to do it for you, management usually runs between $1,000 and $2,500 a month, depending on your ad spend. And the ad spend is the second number. So that's the amount that you pay directly to Google. So that is the amount per click that you are paying to get those clicks. Google will bill you directly. I recommend that you keep it that way and that you do direct billing with Google, that you don't pay another agency. If you pay the agency for the ad spend as well, then there's opportunities for things to go awry. And you want to make sure that you maintain ownership and control of your account at all times. I have seen it happen. There's been a few agencies out there that will keep control of the ads account. I don't know the reasons. I don't know if they're good or bad. I just know that if I'm in a med spa, I want control of that. So now the average ad spend, again, 1,000 to 5,000, depending on your size, the scope of your campaign, the demographic, the target audience, and how many leads you want. What's your revenue ceiling? And then the cost per lead typically winds up being somewhere between $25 and $75 per lead for most med spas in most campaigns. And some super hyper competitive niches or sectors can be a little bit more, but on average, $25 to $75 per lead. And if you're getting somebody that's coming in for a filler treatment and they're spending $600 in filler and you have a $25 to $50 amount, that's not bad. We can live with that as a percentage. So now the real danger in all of these things is doing it wrong or having it done wrong for you. And it's not even choosing the wrong platform more often than not. It's executing either one halfway. If you do any of these things, just kind of not really right with a good strategy, then it's not going to deliver and you're going to be wasting money. So bad SEO looks like really generic service pages, generic images, stock footage everywhere, no location targeting. You have a slow website that's not performing. You don't have reviews. You don't have backlinks. You don't have clear calls to action. You could spend months doing SEO without a single ranking or a single lead, and that is what you want to avoid. Make sure that your content strategy is in place, that your keyword strategy is in place, and that you're doing proper SEO. Now, bad Google Ads, on the other hand, look like this. When you're in the campaign, if you don't have negative keywords in there, you probably need to immediately find somebody else to be managing that campaign. You should always have negative keywords. If you're sending traffic to your homepage, that's not a winning campaign. You're losing money. And you might still be getting some leads, but you're going to be paying more for them than you have to. And then using generic low-quality ads, generic low-quality content, chat GPTing, a whole bunch of stuff that you're not putting eyes on and making your brand, your unique value proposition is so important, and it can be communicated in these ads and in SEO. And that is what makes you unique, and that's what Google loves. So, but you could just, with SEO or Google Ads, you can blow thousands with no booked appointments. So execution is everything. You need the right setup, the right strategy, and ongoing continuous optimization. So the comparison breakdown. Let me pull this up here. Here's just a quick visual that I put together for you. So the factor, difference between SEO and Google Ads. Time to result, SEO takes longer, 3 to 9 months. Google Ads, pretty much the minute we turn it on, within 48 hours, we should be seeing some activity. Cost per lead for SEO drops over time and ultimately winds up being free traffic. Google Ads average $25 to $75 per lead. Trust building is really high with SEO. You're building high organic value. It's moderate with Google Ads. The long-term value of running this strategy, SEO, it compounds. It builds over time. Google Ads stops immediately when you stop. So budget flexibility, it's medium with SEO. You need to have some ongoing elements. And if you try to start, stop, it's not going to work out well. It's not going to be really efficient. The budget flexibility with Google Ads is actually pretty high. You can go in and change the nature, your bid strategy, how much you want to spend on certain campaigns or certain elements within your overall campaign. So there's a lot of flexibility there. Skill requirement, yeah, it's there. For SEO, there needs to be content skills and how to optimize it. Also technical SEO, what on-page, off-page SEO means and how to get in there and do it. Google Ads requires some skills that there too. Like you need to understand how the Google platform works, and it is not simple and clear. So, understanding the Google Ads platform and also a strategy, like how to really form a strategy and how to execute it within that platform. Super important. So it is pretty high skill sets to do them well, either one of them well, high skill sets. Your monthly cost. Now, SEO can range anywhere between $1,800 and $4,500 in my experience, just, again, depending on the need and how much content, how many backlinks, what the state of your current SEO is in. Google Ads, you're going to be anywhere between $2,000 probably is going to be the minimum that you're going to want to look at, up to about $6,500 on average. That should include your ad spend. So if you have a $2,000 management and a $4,000 budget, or $1,500 and $4,500, that all seems pretty reasonable and in the realm. So you might spend a little bit more on Google Ads. You're going to see instant results, but they're not going to be long-term results. So the minute you stop spending this every month, it's over. This is great for short-term. This is great for long-term. So that was a lot that I just threw at you there. And ultimately, you're probably still coming back to the question, okay, so which should I choose first? Practically speaking, you're going to want to start with Google Ads if you've just opened a new med spa and you need leads fast. Like, doors just opened, I need patients right now. Google Ads. If you're launching a new treatment or a promotion, Google Ads is also great for that. It gets the message out there fast. And you want to test demand for a new service. That is also a great use of Google Ads. So it gives you speed and gives you control, but it needs really tight targeting and really good landing pages. So that's when you want to use Google Ads first. Start with SEO if you have an existing spa and you want to build long-term visibility. You want to build long-term authority and generate traffic that's going to cascade down the road. If you already have great reviews and word of mouth, then it's definitely a good time to lean into SEO. And if you want to own your local market in the search results for the next 6 to 12 months, SEO gives you leverage over time. So especially for treatments with consistent demand. So think about the treatments that aren't going away, which is a lot of med spa treatments. And SEO is really going to be a good play for that. Now, this is going to sound like maybe obvious, or maybe it's like, a pitch, but if you can do both if you have the budget to cover both the short-term and the long-term ROI. And you want to set yourself up for leads now and in the future. And in the future, understanding that if you start with both, if you have Google Ads running and SEO running at the beginning, over time, you're going to be able to scale back on your Google Ads budget and spend, and your cost per lead is going to go down. And start with both if you're just ready to dominate the local market. If you have the budget, you're ready for leads now, and you want to build out the future and plan towards having lower cost per lead, cost per acquisition, dominate the market, start with both. So that's what we do for most of our successful med spa clients. We run Google Ads for immediate ROI and build the SEO foundation underneath at the same time. So if you're ready to choose the right channel, hopefully this helped you get there. The bottom line is that there isn't really a one-size-fits-all answer, but there probably is a next best step for your practice. If you need help deciding, you need help evaluating, I'm happy to help. We'll map it out for you. You can schedule a discovery call with us where we have a conversation. We look at your practice and your strategy. You can download some of our guides and ebooks that we have on the subject. But if you want to book a strategy session, build out your perfect marketing mix, one that actually gets you patients and not just clicks, then schedule a discovery call with us. We'll give you our best input, our best advice, and try to point you in the right direction. Then if you're looking for somebody to do it for you, we'll be open to having that conversation as well. All right, thanks for listening to Moving the Needle. As always, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, join our Facebook group for more actionable tips and insights on how to market your med spa and grow into the future. We'll catch you on the next episode.